News Express in the headlines. Navy seizes boat with 800 jerry cans of petrol. NCAA plans over 8 billion naira for local foreign trips. NIMNET forecasts 3-day sunshine haziness. British Council hikes elites fee again. Nigerians to pay 139,000 naira. Plus, NSE advocates implementation of GL09 entry point for engineers in government service. Hello and welcome to all our viewers and around the world to News Express on Global TV. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. Now the news in full. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu has called for an equitable access to capital for developing countries, saying that such will provide the much-needed resources for development, thus serving some of the most pressing challenges in the world today. Speaking at the 19th Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Non-Aligned Movement at the weekend in Kampala, Uganda, President Tinubu, however, pointed out that the developing world is not looking for sympathy or begging, but fair and equal opportunity. The president, who was represented at the summit by the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, noted that the combined population of 120 countries that make up the non-aligned movement is over 4.4 billion, or about 55% of the world's population. Yet, the total financial resources available to all these countries are much less than that of some countries. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu also listed the challenges facing the world currently, to include climate change, conflict and war, terrorism, and widening inequality, stressing that this calls for greater collaboration between and among member states as they struggle to achieve sustainable development goals. Still on, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the reappointment of Dr. Bayero Farah as Director General Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology, NITT Zaria, for the second term of 4 years. This is contained in a statement by the spokesperson of the Institute, John Kolawole, and made available to newsmen in Zaria on Friday. According to him, the reappointment is in accordance with the provision of Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology Act 1986, laws of the Federation of Nigeria. He stated that Farah possessed track records of sterling and exceptional performance, which led to the massive and unprecedented transformation of NITT to its unraveled status since inception in 1986. Moving on now, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project SIRAP and 20 concerned Nigerians have sued the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas for unilaterally and arbitrarily increasing the allocation of lawmakers from 197 billion naira to 344 billion naira, representing highest since the return of democracy in 1999. The President presented the Appropriation Bill 2024, made up of 27.5 trillion naira, to the National Assembly on November 29, 2023. The National Assembly on December 30, 2023 passed the Appropriation Bill 2024 in a sum of 28.7 trillion naira. This while exercising its legislative power, Akpabio and Abbas increased the Appropriation Bill by 1.2 trillion naira, wherein the first and second defenders unilaterally increased allocation made to the National Assembly in Appropriation Bill 2024, presented by the President, from 197 trillion 932 million 616 billion to 344.85 billion naira in the suit filed last Friday at the Federal High Court, Abuja, on behalf of SIRAP and 20 concerned Nigerians by their lawyers, Kolawole Oluwadare and Andrew Nwakwo. The plaintiffs were asking the court to determine whether the lawmakers, in the exercise of their powers of appropriation money bills, can unilaterally increase their own budget without representing of the budget by the executives. Over now to Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has said the burial of the late former governor Rotimi Keredolu won't be a gloomy affair, but a celebration of life. Aiyedatiwa also said Keredolu would be given a state burial, adding that his family is being awaited for further briefing on the burial rites. The governor said this while receiving the new Vice-Chancellor of Elizade University, Ilara Moku, Professor Kayode Ajadonola, who visited him in Akure. Aiyedatiwa noted that Elizade University is a fantastic institution, saying the state government holds the founder, Chief Michael Adeojo, in high esteem. Earlier, Ajadonola called for a strong collaboration between the Ondo State government and the university. This was contained in a statement by the school's head, Public Relations, Williams Olufumi. An explosion in Gidenden village of Giwa local government area of Kaduna State has claimed the life of a pupil of an Islamia school, while 10 others have reportedly been injured. The overseeing Commissioner of Internal Security and Home Affairs in Kaduna, Samuel Aruwan, in a statement said the explosion was being investigated by security agencies. Aruwan said one pupil, Zaidu Usman, has been confirmed dead, while 10 others were injured and were receiving medical attention at the Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, Shika, Zaria. He said the governor has also appealed to parents and community leaders to increase their vigilance on the activities of their children and ward, given their susceptibility to various dangers. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has received details of how the Al-Qadiri sisters and other abducted victims were rescued from the bandits' den in Kajuri Forest in Kaduna State by a joint team of policemen and soldiers of the Nigerian Army on Saturday night. About 23 persons were abducted on January 2, 2024 in the Zuma 1 area of Kawu in the Buhari Area Council of Abuja. The police on Sunday confirmed all victims, including 5 sisters whose abduction has raised nationwide concerns, were rescued at about 11 p.m. on Saturday and have since been reunited with their families. The bandits terrorizing the FCT and neighboring states of Kaduna, Nasarawa and Niger State were camped in the Kajaru Forest in the southern Kaduna area of Kaduna State. Still on the police force, Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi has urged Nigerians to report anyone seen with live ammunition to curb arms proliferation in Nigeria. In what Fayoade called a mark of his achievements since taking office, the police commissioner listed no fewer than 14 cases cracked and recovery of a total of 16 firearms, including a toy pistol, 72 live cartridges, 75 live ammunitions, the expanded cartridge, and 1 pistol magazine. The police also recovered 6 axes, 4 daggers, 1 digger, 5 cutlasses, 2 vehicles, 1 POS machine, fake registration plates, and various charms. Still on the police command in Lagos State says its operatives have arrested 3 suspected cultists in the Ishashi area of the state. Commissioner of Police in Lagos, Adegoke Fayoade, had promised to rid the state of criminals. Hindeyin said the 3 suspects were arrested on Saturday at about 6:30 a.m. by the police. He explained that operators from the Ishashi division were quickly drafted to the community and arrested the suspects who are between the ages of 24 and 39. Hindeyin said that investigations has begun and the suspects will soon be charged to court. And now on the Nigerian Navy ship Beecroft Patrol Team, in collaboration with the Forward Operation Base Badagry, has said they arrested a wooden boat with over 800 jerry cans of 30 liters petrol motor spirit close to the bound Badagry between Nigeria and Benin Republic. In a statement by the NNS Beecroft Base Information Officer, Sub-Lieutenant H.A. Collins, the arrest was made on Friday. The commander, Commodore Kolawale Oguntuga, said the boat, which was sailing seaward 80 nautical miles from the shore, was intercepted by the NNS Beecroft Patrol Team in collaboration with the Forward Operating Base Badagry. Over now to food, and animal experts have stated that consumption of animal blood as meat, especially from diseased animals, could lead to another outbreak of anthrax, among other zoonotic diseases. The Nigerian Center of Disease Control and Prevention in July 2023 confirmed the anthrax outbreak in a mixed livestock farm in Niger State. It can be transmitted through the consumption of raw, undercooked meat and other products of the affected animals. The WHO states that there are over 200 types of zoonosis, comprising a large percentage of new and existing disease in humans. According to an animal feed resource information system, Feedophilia blood collected during the slaughter of various livestock species such as cattle, pigs and chickens under a wide range of conditions is dried through solar, oven, drum flash and spray drying. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMNET, has predicted sunshine and haziness from Sunday to Tuesday across the country. NIMNET's weather outlook released on Saturday in Abuja predicted sunny and hazy atmosphere over the northern northern and north central states during the forecast period. The agency said a moderate dust haze with visibility range of 2 kilometers to 5 kilometers is anticipated over the island states throughout the forecast period. It even staged early morning mist of fog over the coastal states and patches of clouds in a hazy atmosphere over the coastal states during the afternoon and evening hours. For Monday, sunny and hazy atmosphere is expected over the northern, north central and the island states during the forecast period. Dust particles are in suspension. Public should take necessary precaution. People with asthma and other respiratory issues should be cautious of the present weather situation. Airline operators are asked to get updated with the weather reports from NIMNET for effective planning in their operations. Disaster risk managers, agencies, and individuals should be proactive to avert loss of lives and property. And you're watching the News Express coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us all social media platforms using a Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When News Express returns, stock market records unprecedented 6.3 trillion gain. The news continues shortly with details and more stories right after this break. Do stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, it is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of News Express. Thank you for staying with us. The National Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSC, has advocated the implementation of Grade Level 09 as entry point for engineers in government service as states that have not effected the policy. The first female president of NSE, Margaret Oguntala, made the call during her investiture as the 31st president of the engineer professional body in Abuja. She also called for policy formulation that would compel employers of labor to pay commemorate welfare packages, hazard allowance to engineers. Oguntala said the advocacy would be key among her focus in the next 2 years as the president of NSE. According to her, setting clear focus areas is permanent to guide in collective efforts to accomplish her vision. And on our foreign decks, the White House announced that U.S. President Joseph Biden has dispatched a delegation of top officials to attend Monday's inauguration of Liberian President-elect Joseph Boakai, signaling Washington's instinct to strengthen bilateral relations with the West African Union. The delegation, led by the U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, includes senior White House and State Department officials, reflecting the importance Biden places on U.S.-Liberian ties. In a statement, Biden congratulated Boakai and the Liberian people on a peaceful presidential election and transition. The White House said the delegation highlights Americans' enduring commitment to supporting democracy and good governance in Liberia. According to the State Department, the visit also cements 160 years of diplomatic relations between the two countries. The U.S. has focused engagement with Liberia on consolidating democratic progress, improving capacity, transparency, and accountability of government institutions. The two countries enjoy a bilateral trade and investment framework agreement. Still on our foreign index, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has again appealed for a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza and unconditional release of all hostages. Guterres made the call in his message to the summit of the Non-Aligned Movement, NAM, at the Kampala, Uganda. Leaders from 120-member bloc met amid deep division globally, including rising geopolitical tension, climate catastrophe, widespread poverty, and raging conflict in Sudan, Ukraine, and Gaza. According to him, the UN has also been affected as 152 staffs have been killed. Meanwhile, disease and hunger are deepening. Although humanitarians are doing their best to deliver aid, they face constant bombardments and daily danger amid enormous constraints posed by damaged roads, communication blackouts, and access denials. Hamas Qatar-based chief Ismail Haniyeh has held a meeting with the Turkish foreign minister and the first official contact between the two for more than 3 months. Foreign Minister Hakeem Fidan with Haniyeh on Saturday on Turkey. Hamas militants seized about 250 hostages when they launched unprecedented attack on Israel on October 7th and release of the remaining captives, along with the establishment of a ceasefire as quickly as possible, were the main topic of discussion. According to one of the sources, Israel has vowed to destroy Hamas in response to the Islamic group's October attack that resulted in the death of over 1,140 people, mostly civilians. According to the AFP tally based on Israeli figures, its relentless bombardment and ground offensive have killed at least 24,927 people in Gaza, mostly women and children, according to Hamas-run health ministry in the territory. A fire broke out early Sunday at a natural gas terminal in the Russian Baltic Sea port of Ust-Luga, the regional governor said. The terminal, 110 kilometers, 70 miles west of St. Petersburg, near the eastern border, is operated by Novatek, Russia's largest independent natural gas producer. Governor of Leningrad, Oleg Alexander, posted on Telegram along with a short video showing a massive fire and smoke at a chemical complex, stating that no casualties as a result of fire at Novatek's terminal in the port of Ust-Luga. Personnel were evacuated. The Russian Ministry of Emergency Situations and Local Fire Service were involved in fighting the blaze, he added. Russia's defense ministry announced Sunday that Ukraine attacks overnight have been foiled, but made no mention of any incident in the Leningrad region. In business, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has said it will spend 8.3 billion naira on transportation and travels in 2024. The agency disclosed this in a government-owned enterprise budget proposal submitted to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu recently. The regulator proposed to suspend 8,342,547,767 from the proposed expenditure on travels and transport. The document also stated that NCAA budgeted 715,467,778 for local travels and others, and plans to pay 1,935,000 as a contribution to international organizations. Other expenditure contained in the proposed budget includes a purchase of 3 million vehicles purchased for furniture and office fittings, 1,352,979,000 construction of office buildings, 3,970,000 and provision of electricity, 1,205,000. The agency also said it will spend 1 billion naira on airport maintenance of physical assets and facilities. The Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria, according to its 2024 budget, will spend a total sum of 6.2 billion naira on the purchase of motorcycles and tricycles as empowerment programs for Nigerian youths and women. This is despite a partial ban by 12 states governments and the Federal Capital Territory on the operations of motorcycles. The governor in different reports said the embargo was part of measures to curb rising insecurity. The states include Cross River, Kaduna, Enugu, Akwa Ibom, Kano, Rivers, Abia, Anambra, Adamawa, Borno, Kwara, and Zamfara State. The agency saddled with the responsibility of assisting small and medium-scale enterprise to overcome poor infrastructure in the management of business operations and assessing financial service, amongst other challenges, earmarked a substantial amount of the empowerment. The momentum in the Nigerian Exchange Limit (NGX) moved up to a new height for the third consecutive week this year, with investors gaining an unprecedented 6.293 trillion at the close of trading over the weekend, the highest in the history of the Nigerian stock market. This comes as Nigeria's currency naira sank deeper in the parallel market during the weekend, trading at 1,270 naira per US dollar, the weakest in history. Meanwhile, the NGX All-Share Index ASI, a major stock market indicator, surpassed the 90,000-point mark, driven by robust investors' interest in diverse stocks across the industrial, insurance, oil and gas, and consumer goods sectors, to close on Friday at 94,538.12 points from 83,042.96 points the previous week. Analysts of the market last week showed that the NGX market capitalization, which represents the total value of stocks in the exchange, surged to 51,734 trillion from 45.442 trillion naira the previous week. Consequently, the year-to-date YTD return surged to 26.4%. The British Council in Nigeria has again increased the fee for the English language testing system examination by 29%. According to a notice published by the Council's website, applicants will now pay the sum of 139,000 for the computer academics and general training modules from February 1st, 2024. The examination is widely accepted globally by non-native English speakers as evidence of their language proficiency. The council blamed the change in the fee on the hike in the cost of conducting the examination. The change in price is associated with the increased cost of the delivery of our exams. This will enable us to continue to offer a wide range of service and comprehensive support to enable us to achieve your goals. And in sports, Nigerians under 20 women's football team, the Falconets, have booked a place in the finals of the FIFA Under 20 Women's World Cup scheduled to hold in Colombia from August 31st to September 22nd. Falconets qualified for the World Cup after defeating their counterparts from Burundi by a lone goal in a second leg of their FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup final qualifying round fixture. The match, which was played at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, saw Opeyemi Ajekaye scoring the only goal of the encounter in the 79th minute. The goal handed Nigeria 2-0 aggregate victory in the final round of the qualifying round, having won the first leg also by a lone goal in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania on January 14th. The Nigerian girls created opportunity after opportunity but failed to convert them to make their vast superiority count. And still on sports, FIFA President Gianni Infantino called for worldwide stadium bans for fans and automatic perfits for teams whose supporters hurl aberrant abuse following racist incidents in Italy and England on Saturday. The head of football's world governing body said there was no place for discrimination of any kind in the sports or wider society. The event that took place in Udine and Sheffield on Saturday are totally abhorrent and completely unacceptable, he said in a statement. Fans aimed monkey chats at AC Milan and France goalkeeper Mike Maignan during Milan's dramatic 3-2 win at the Udis, with the game temporarily halted. Coventry midfielder Casey Palmer accused the Sheffield Wednesday fans of doing the same to him during their English Premiership clash, which his team won 2-1 on Saturday. As we end the Global TV News Express, here's a highlight of our top stories that made headlines. Navy seized boat with 800 jerry cans of petrol. NCAA planned over 8 billion naira for local foreign trips. NIMNET forecasted a 3-day sunshine haziness. And we brought to you that British Council hiked its fees again, Nigerians to pay 139,000 naira. And we also told you that NSC advocates implementation of GL09 entry point for engineers in government service. And that's it on News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us all across all our social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching.